So you've been stuck on some forum at 2 in the morning that basically told you, game over man, you're never getting a girlfriend. Your face is wrong, your brain is wrong, you might as well just give up. And I get why that feels true. Just give me 10 minutes because the story is missing a huge piece of the puzzle and I'm about to show it to you. And I'm not going to hype you up like some guy yelling at you, you got this. That's not what this is. I'm going to break down why that belief exists, which part of it is actually kind of true, and then hand you a real plan that's already worked for guys with brains wired just like yours. So just a quick who am I? I'm Niels, I run Manmade. It's a coaching thing I built for neurodivergent guys who are either autistic, have ADHD, both, or just whatever fits you. My background is that I struggled with dating as a neurodivergent person myself a lot. So I've spent a stupid amount of time learning how neurodivergent brains actually work. And here's why I started Manmade. Because almost every piece of dating advice out there was made for neurotypical guys. It's like you're trying to play Xbox games on a PlayStation. And that doesn't mean you're broken, it just means that you're using the wrong controller. And here's a twist. There's actually one part of that Blackpill stuff that's actually true. And I'm not going to pretend the whole thing is nonsense, but just stick around because I'll show you exactly which part is real and how to flip it and use it for yourself instead of it hurting you. And real quick, if you're new here, then please smash subscribe because I put these videos out like they're for guys like us and it's not generic dating advice or pickup artist stuff. Anyway, let's get into it. So belief number one, it's the big one that basically everything from the black pill is built on. It's genetics. It's your face, it's your height. Your fate in dating was decided the second you were born and nothing you will do will matter. But here's the thing, that belief is actually built on a bunch of cherry-picked numbers from some old dating app stats, repeated over and over in a group chat until it starts feeling like it's actual science. Nobody in there is fact-checking anything. It's not research, it's pretty much group therapy for feeling hopeless. It even created the whole looks maxing industry that brainwashes you that you have to look a certain way for any woman to find you attractive and that working on your looks is the only thing that matters. But the pain that got you looking for answers like that in the first place, that part is definitely real. You've probably had actual moments where you got left out, where you misread a situation, where you got rejected in a way, and that probably felt like it was tied to the way how your brain works. And I'm not saying that hurt wasn't real, I'm just saying that the reason that you thought that rejection happened was just completely wrong. Here's the actual reason. A lot of dating comes down to picking up on stuff nobody says out loud. Like, is she into you? Is now a good moment to ask her out? Neurotypical people usually just feel that stuff without even trying. But if you're autistic or if you got ADHD, that automatic feeling often just doesn't show up. And that part is very real. There's actual research on it. They call it the theory of mind gap. Basically, the part of your brain that guesses what someone else is thinking. It's not something you're making up just to let yourself off the hook. It's definitely real for neurodivergent people. But here's what the black pill crowd will never tell you. That gap, you can train it. It's not a life sentence. It's just more like a skill in a game you just haven't unlocked yet. Neurotypical guys read a room on instinct. But you can read a checklist on purpose. And honestly, once it's just a checklist, it's way more reliable than instinct anyway. Because gut feelings are wrong all the time for literally everybody. So belief number one, nothing I do matters, that's completely false. What's actually true is that normal advice doesn't work for your brain, which by the way is a way easier problem to fix. Now here's the part that most coaches won't say out loud, so stick with me because this is actually the one part of the black pill that I sort of agree with. The black pill is actually right about one thing. Guys who look confident, who seem chill, like they've got a whole life going on whether or not they have a girlfriend, those guys tend to do way better. What actually goes off the rails is that the fact that you're struggling in dating has everything to do with your looks, your jawline, your height, your genetics. That stuff is just completely wrong. It's actually behavior. And honestly, that's great news because you can change your behavior. You cannot change your jawline. I see the same pattern over and over with guys that I coach. Someone's anxious, so they double text. They ask why after every single rejection. They check their phone 40 times waiting for a reply that hasn't even had the time to show up yet. And that behavior, not your face, is what pushes people away. And this isn't even a neurodivergent thing. Neurotypical guys do the exact same stuff and get the exact same result. Nothing. So here's the actual game plan, the just go out there part you asked for. Step 1 is to stop trying to read the room. Just start running a sort of mental checklist instead. You don't have to guess if she's into you, you can already track it. Is she texting back fast? Is she putting in effort? Asking you stuff too. That's actually data, and it's not a vibe that is hard to read. Track 3 or 4 different little signals like that instead of trying to feel the vibe. And within a month, you'll be reading people better than most neurotypical guys because you're running a system and they're just winging it. You put the effort into reading human behavior and they are still running on autopilot. Step 2 is to be direct instead of chasing. Direct is not, hey, haha, so I don't know, maybe we could hang out. Direct is, I want to take you out on Thursday at 7, are you free? One clear ask and then you just go quiet and you just wait. Directness feels like confidence. Wishy-washy stuff feels very anxious. And funny enough, a lot of neurodivergent guys, being direct is literally your default setting. You've just been told your whole life that it's too much and started hiding it. It's not too much. It's the exact skill neurotypical guys pay $2,000 to fake in some sort of coaching program. Step 3 is to build a life first. Not as some trick to seem cool, but as an actual foundation. A guy with hobbies and friends and stuff going on doesn't need any one conversation to go perfectly. And that's what actually reads as attractive. It's not a manipulation move, it's just not needing one person to complete your whole life. And that's the whole plan. Track real signals instead of guessing. Ask directly instead of hinting. Build a life so that you're not walking into every single interaction starving. Then and only then, going out and meeting people will actually become very fun. And because it's a fun experience, your identity about yourself will also become way more positive. Even if you do all these 3 things perfectly, you're still going to get told no a lot. And that's not a glitch in the plan, it's pretty much the plan. What you do in the 60 seconds after getting a no decides if you go back to that forum and just fill yourself with rage, or if you keep going. This is where the black pill mindset does the most damage. And I mean, it's kind of sneaky about it. It's not that getting rejected once ruins you, it's what your brain does with it right after. One no turns into, you see, it's proof, it's rigged, it's over, all girls are the same, I will never find someone. And that's called confirmation bias. Your brain is hunting for proof that its vision is already right. It's actually got nothing to do with autism or ADHD. Every human brain does this. The forums just give you permission to stop questioning it. So here's the thing I want you to steal from me. A no is not a verdict on who you are, it's just a mismatch between 2 people. That's it. Someone wasn't into your specific mix of stuff on that specific day. That's true even for the most good-looking people on the planet. They get told no constantly. They just don't screenshot it and post it online on their forum. And here's something that might actually surprise you. There's a real study done specifically on autistic adults, where 73% said they'd been in a romantic relationship before. Almost 3 out of every 4, not 0. Not nobody wants us, it's almost 3/4. And of the ones that weren't in a relationship at the time, more than half said the reason wasn't that nobody wanted them, it was that they were scared they couldn't live up to what a partner would expect from them. So the actual thing standing in the way usually isn't your wiring, it's fear. And fear you can work on. So the real skill is to not never get rejected. Nobody has that skill, not even the guy on the magazine cover. The real skill is, if you get a no, instead of spiraling into this proves everything, I'm broken, all women are the same, just ask yourself one boring question. Was there one specific thing I can change? Not your face, not your brain type, an actual behavior, like did I maybe come on too strong? Or was the timing bad? Maybe that just wasn't a spark. If that's the real answer, then just fix it. If there isn't one, you shrug and move on to the next person, data in, data out. I mean, there's no sad story attached to it. And this is honestly the exact same skill a lot of autistic and ADHD guys already have. If your code doesn't run, you troubleshoot it. You don't take it personally that the computer yelled at you. Point that same brain at dating instead of the panicky doom brain the forums trained you into. And rejection stops being a wound. It just becomes information. And that there is the whole flip. Now, I know talking about this really sounds like homework. You need to track signals and be direct and treat rejection like data. But here's how you actually make it fun instead of exhausting. Because if it feels like punishment, you're going to quit in 2 weeks flat, and I'll guarantee you that. If you're neurodivergent, chances are you've probably gone really deep on at least one thing in your life. A game, a show, some weirdly specific hobby where you know every fact there is to know. And it was genuinely fun learning all of it. And honestly, that's a real superpower. And the Blackpill crowd has you pointing that superpower at just doom scrolling proof that you're screwed. Which is actually the biggest waste of a good brain that I've ever seen. Point it at this instead. Dating done this way is basically a skill tree, like in a video game. Reading signals is a skill. Asking directly is a skill. Handling a rejection without spiraling is also a skill. All of it levels up with practice. If you're the kind of person who enjoys getting better at stuff, this actually turns into one of the most satisfying games you can play instead of the miserable grind the forums make it sound like. So set it up like a game. Just give yourself one small challenge this week. Maybe text a girl, ask a girl out, try to focus on their emotional signals. Don't just pick 10, just pick 1 and see what happens. And if it doesn't work, just adjust and try again. You're not fixing your whole dating life by Friday. You're just making one little rep at the gym. And it's small, it's trackable, and it's actually winnable. That's actually what will turn dating into something that you're actually really excited about instead of feeling like you're drowning and just being very negative to yourself. So let's just tie all this together. The Blackpill has got one thing right. I mean, confident guys who aren't glued to their phone tend to do better in dating, but it's got literally everything else wrong. It's not your face, it's not your diagnosis, it's not the way you were born, and it's definitely not hopeless. And also remember that statistic I just shared with you. Almost 3 out of 4 autistic adults in that study had been in a relationship before. What actually flips the outcome is reading real signals instead of guessing, being direct instead of hinting, and treating a no as information instead of a verdict, and running the whole thing like a game your brain was basically built to win. If any of that hit home, then just hit like and subscribe, because I put out videos like these for neurodivergent guys specifically, not generic pickup artist and dating advice that was never made for the way your brain thinks. But if you're done just watching videos and you actually want someone in your corner building this with you, the mental checklists, the scripts, someone that keeps you accountable in your dating process, that's exactly what I do all day. Just book a free call with me, the link's right below this video. We'll talk through exactly where you're stuck, and if it's a good fit, I'll walk you through the 90-day girlfriend program. It's the one that I built for people exactly like you. And by the way, if you're not ready for a call with me yet, that's also totally fine. Just stick around, because in the next video I will be breaking down the exact way how to be your authentic self on dates without having to mask your diagnosis. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.